Hi everybody, my name is Sarah Adams and I'm going to be giving an introductory speech. My speech today is about a road trip that my family has taken in the past. We call this trip the Sore Butt Trip. We drove 5,500 miles in 11 days, which is crazy, just like my family. And we went through all the southwest and then to the western states and then back across. So, let me do some introductions before we get started. There's me. I'm the oldest child of the family. My brother Jesse is the middle child. He is 19. And my youngest brother Cody is 15. And then there's my mom and my dad. My mom is a 7th grade science teacher, and my dad is a developer. And hence this road trip is kind of a work/fun trip. Anyway, so we started in Georgia, and we drive all the way from Georgia to Alabama to Mississippi to Louisiana to Texas to New Mexico to Utah to Colorado, and we finally end up in Wyoming. This is like day 6 or so. We've almost been attacked by spiders. We have driven through Texas at ungodly hours of the morning. We have seen family friends in New Mexico. We have seen old places in New Mexico. We have driven through the mountains of Utah, the Tetons of Wyoming, and we are in Cody, Wyoming. We finally made it to the Buffalo Bill Museum. This Buffalo Bill Museum, if you've never been, is really cool. All Western art and Western everything that you could think of, honestly. And it's super cool. Anyway, so we leave Cody, Wyoming, and we're getting ready to leave Cody, Wyoming, and my mother asked my dad if we could go to this bear place that they had been to before on a previous road trip. And my dad's like, yeah, sure, where's it at? And they come to find out it's in South Dakota. Now, where we are at in Wyoming, if you can imagine Wyoming, is like way down here in the corner, and the bear place is like on the other side of South Dakota. So it's like 7-hour drive from point A to point B. So it is about noon, and the place closes at 6. Well, as you can already see, there's a slight problem, as it's going to take 6 hours to get a place where we have 7 hours to get to. We have 6 hours to get to a place that it is 7 hours to get to. Slight problem. So anyway, so we decide we're going to do it. So we start to go, and my dad has a lead foot anyway. But we start to go, and then we get to South Dakota, and we realize there's no speed limits. I mean, what are you going to hit out there? There's absolutely nothing. No trees. Nothing. So we get out there, and we are cruising, hauling tail all the way to South Dakota. We finally get there at 5:55. We have made a 7-hour trip in like 5.5 hours. One for the records, let me tell you. Anyway, so we finally make it, and we pull up to the gate, and the lady asked us, we paid and everything, and we were talking to the lady, and she's like, okay, you have 3 hours to go. And we were like, excuse me? She was like, yeah, you have 3 hours to go through the whole thing. We closed at 9. We set the woman straight. We were like, it closes at 6. It's what it says on the internet. She's like, that is not right. Needless to say, we hauled tail across Wyoming and South Dakota to get to a place where we had plenty of time where we could have leisurely driven. Anyway, as per the Addams family, it was one for the record book. So, I guess the moral of the story is not to read everything that you see on the internet. Thank you so much for your attention.